What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, former WBC heavyweight world champion, Olympic bronze medalist, American heavyweight superstar, boxer, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, shows off his new physique as he's in training. He's locked away in a cave, preparing for his highly anticipated Trilogy showdown with now two-time heavyweight world champion, newly crowned WBC heavyweight champion, British superstar boxer Tyson the Gypsy King Fury. That fight is scheduled to take place December 19th. With that said, everybody's scrambling and they're very interested, should I say, they're curious of what's going on with Deontay Wilder. Why hasn't he speaking? Why hasn't he spoken? Right? Why is he so quiet? Tyson Fury alluded to the fact that he don't believe Deontay Wilder is going to make it to the December 19th date. He said that he's injured. Eddie Hearn, Matchroom CEO and promoter of two-time unified heavyweight British world champion superstar boxer Anthony Joshua. He says that Deontay Wilder is not going to make it. He needs to retire. Allow Tyson Fury to fight Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua have a two-fight deal to face off against one another in 2021 in an all-British undisputed showdown, completely dismissing Deontay Wilder and the Trilogy match. Also, the WBC announced that Dillon White, then at that time British heavyweight contender, was the mandatory challenger for the winner of Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder Trilogy, and the promotion for Dillon White's mandatory spot was a picture of Dillon White and Tyson Fury. Another reason, completely dismissing Deontay Wilder. Just adding more and more motivation, just making the chip on the shoulder bigger and bigger, and the curiosity, because he's so quiet, right? You don't hear much from Deontay Wilder. So you get a lot of people making a lot of assumptions, right? Putting words in his mouth, saying, oh, Deontay Wilder is packed away and hiding because he's depressed, according to Lance Pugmire, right? Or you get guys that say, well, Deontay Wilder says he's not going to be prepared for the December 19th showdown. You didn't hear that from Deontay Wilder. Or you hear reports, Deontay Wilder says he don't want to fight against Tyson Fury with no fans in the arena. You haven't heard that from Deontay Wilder. Actually, you heard that from top-ranked CEO and promoter, legendary, iconic promoter, Bob Arum. And that's an in-house tug-of-war between Bob Arum and Queensberry Promotions CEO and promoter, Frank Warren, who co-promotes Tyson Fury. Frank Warren promotes Tyson Fury in the UK. Bob Arum promotes him in the States. Bob Arum don't want to have the fight, the Trilogy showdown, with no fans at the live sporting events and social distancing. He wants to capitalize. He believes the biggest purse you're going to get for the fighters and get the most bang for their buck in return is to have fans attend the live sporting events. Right now, there's still no fans allowed to attend live sporting events due to social distancing and things of that nature. So Bob Arum wants to push it back. Frank Warren don't want to push it back. Frank Warren said if Deontay Wilder don't honor the contract for December, they're moving on to another fighter. Right? So Deontay Wilder flashes a picture. You see a picture surface, and you see one of his training partners come out and speak and say that he's in the greatest shape I've ever seen him in. He has the greatest mindset I've seen him have. He's determined. He's excited. He's refreshed. He's revamped. He's looking to rectify that rematch in the Trilogy with Tyson Fury. And there's a lot of scrambling because there's a lot of curiosity. So another picture surfaces of Deontay Wilder showing off his newfound physique down in Miami, Florida. And more assumptions. Oh, he looked too skinny. Oh, he looked too big. Oh, he don't look healthy. A lot of assumptions, right, from one photo. With that said, people are hesitant and fear the unknown. And because you don't know, you used to Deontay Wilder responding, you used to Deontay Wilder talking. And since that rematch with Tyson Fury, he's been silent. He's been silent, behind the scenes, just working, honing his craft, molding himself, rededicating himself, preparing himself for the trilogy. And that's what all the accusations are coming from. All the assumptions are coming from. Because people fear the unknown. So all you see is a picture surface. Oh, and he's showing off that newfound physique. Oh, he's locked in. He's ready. He's focused for this trilogy match. Believe that. And all the stuff going on around him is motivation. That's all it is motivation. 2-fight deal for Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, as if Tyson Fury don't have this trilogy match for 2021. Dillon White gets the mandatory spot for the WBC, and they put out a flyer promoting Dillon White's, congratulating Dillon White on becoming the WBC mandatory challenger, and the WBC upholding and forcing the winner of the Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, to face Dillon White. This is prior to Dillon White losing to Alexander Povetkin. And then the flyer is a picture of Dillon White with Tyson Fury on it, saying this is next, completely dismissing Deontay Wilder. At the very least, you have to say to yourself, if you're a student of the sport of boxing, you understand that Deontay Wilder has, at the very least, a puncher's chance. Highest knockout percentage in the history of sport of boxing at 97%. Knocked out every opponent he's ever faced, including Tyson Fury hitting the deck twice. But yet he gets overlooked. And like I said, if you're a student of the game, you have to at least give him a puncher's chance. But it seems like nobody's even giving him that. Nobody talks about the fact that Tyson Fury had a situation with his gloves. That doesn't get talked about. That gets overlooked, dismissed. Right? Everybody uses it as and placing a jacket on Deontay Wilder, claiming it's just an excuse. The suit was too heavy. That was an excuse. Where'd you get that from? Those same sources that are claiming that they got it from Deontay Wilder, always referring back to another source to say they got it from this source. So who actually got the source that actually did the initial interview for him to say that the suit was too heavy and thus the reason why he lost the fight? See, even Tyson Fury understands what Deontay Wilder represents. As Tyson Fury said, he's still the most dangerous man in the sport of boxing. He's only second to me. He'll beat Anthony Joshua, Dillon White, and anybody else behind us, Alexander Usyk. So Tyson Fury understands what Deontay Wilder represents. He's trying to stay as grounded as possible. But the same token, he's giving Deontay Wilder bulletin board material in his own right. Just putting up pictures and just being his normal self. That's enough motivation. Tyson Fury just being himself is enough motivation for Deontay Wilder. But everything surrounding Tyson Fury and this undisputed showdown with Anthony Joshua that seemed to have grown a lot of legs, but didn't exist when Deontay Wilder was the belt holder. All these people seem eager for this undisputed showdown with Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. They didn't exist, and they wasn't so eager to make Deontay Wilder Anthony Joshua. Actually, they had excuse after excuse as to why that fight shouldn't happen or why it's Deontay Wilder's fault didn't happen. Amazing, isn't it? So I just wonder if all these doors are going to be open, all these opportunities for undisputed is going to be open to Deontay Wilder should he beat Tyson Fury in a trilogy match. Because guess what? Dillon White, who was the mandatory challenger, has lost to Alexander Povetkin via brutal knockout. But guess what? Dillian Whyte is going back into an immediate rematch with Alexander Povetkin November 21st. That's a very fast turnaround after being brutally knocked out just in August. But that just shows the lack of concern and empathy on the part of the handlers for Dillian Whyte. Because that is a quick, extremely quick turnaround for somebody who was brutally knocked out in the fashion that Dillian Whyte was knocked out in August. Usually there's a 60 to 90 day suspension from all contact, training, prohibiting the fighter from having any type of sparring or any kind of contact. Sit him on the shelf, let him recoup, let him recover. But he's going back into an immediate rematch already, just 90 days after brutally being knocked out. Or less than. So that means he's going to have to spar. He has to be in preparation for the rematch with Alexander Povetkin. But where are the people around Dillian Whyte that care? That show concern? Right? Dillian Whyte is the fighter. You have to save the fighter from himself. Nobody seems that. Of course, Dillian Whyte is going to want to immediately go back in a rematch. He was winning the fight until he was brutally knocked out. So he felt like he made a mistake and he paid for it, and he wants to rectify it. Of course he does. But where's the people trying to save him from himself with such a quick and immediate turnaround? The sport of boxing is nothing to play with. They risk their life for our entertainment every time they step through the ropes. And yes, they are warriors. Sometimes you got to save the warrior from himself. So he lived to fight another day. But there don't seem to be too much urgent concern on the part of Dillian Whyte and his handlers. But nonetheless, unless he's victorious against Alexander Povetkin in this rematch, there's no Deontay Wilder, should he beat Tyson Fury, don't have to worry about a mandatory challenge. So the door should be open for Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder should be able to easily replace Tyson Fury for that 2-fight deal in 2021. Should he beat Tyson Fury, right? Deontay Wilder should be able to replace Tyson Fury. Should be no problems because Tyson Fury relinquished his boxing license in the UK, which means that fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua had to take place outside of the UK anyway, meaning that more than likely it was going to take place either Dubai or in the States. So that deal should easily be able to remove Tyson Fury from it and place Deontay Wilder's name on it for Undisputed because it's about Undisputed, correct? That's what it's about. When you underestimate the heart of a warrior in Deontay Wilder, with the skill set that he possessed. And yes, there's people going to be people, he don't have no skill set. Well, he have a special set of skills. That right hand, the equalizer, and you motivating him. And that chip on the shoulder is getting bigger and bigger by the day. By him being dismissed. Setting the table for greatness. Setting the table for one of the greatest comeback stories in the history of the sport of boxing. And I hope the boxing world is prepared for it. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, and get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.